Nathan, how in the world are you?
I'm good. You know why, Steven?
Why are you good?
Guess.
Because you're back again.
That's one of the reasons. But another reason is that it's summer, ladies and gentlemen. Give summer a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Summer is here, and that means I have no school. And because I have no school, it means I get to play video games. Read and work and make money.
Make a demulas.
Yes. Which I just worked 3 days this past week, and I got lots of money, and it was nice. So that's pretty much where I'm at. So I'd say I've been pretty good. Pretty good. I've been playing a certain game that we'll talk about in a hot minute.
Indeed.
So yeah, how in the world are you, Stephen?
I'm good. Although lately things have been getting way too busy on the weekend, so a weekend is just kind of like just as busy as the days that you work, yeah. But you don't work.
Yeah, that always stinks.
It's frustrating. Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Oh, yes. Someone gave me this for our 1 year anniversary on Level 1 Sword podcast.
Who wait, the camera footage is on right now?
Yes.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh. Hi.
Get him in frame.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but someone made this for us.
I don't know who did that.
And
I made two. Well, that person made two. One for you, one for Matt. Matt was not available when I was trying to give it to him.
Do you still have it?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
What?
You haven't given it to
I haven't
Matt yet.
seen him. So hopefully when he gets that, he can show it too. I personally like his better. I think it looks prettier.
So yes, you made this.
Yes. You haven't told Matt about his, right? You haven't told him what it is or anything?
I don't
You haven't mentioned?
so.
Good.
Yeah, I haven't.
I'll probably give it to him this Sunday.
But yeah, this is really cool. Of course, this is the sprite of Link from the original Legend of Zelda. And you also made Matt a sprite from Kirby's Adventure.
Yes, Kirby's Adventure. Yes. So that's, yeah. I was thinking, I almost wrote like on the back in like Sharpie, it was like achievement get 1 year of Level 1 Sword or something. I just left it at
it's fine the way it is.
Yes.
So would you take us through the process?
Yes. Okay. So I've actually already made those kind of things before. I did it a while back. I wanted something to hang in my room, and I bought these blocks from Hobby Lobby, and they were a little bit bigger than those. And I painted. So it was a Frogger. I was making Frogger because I thought I liked Frogger, and so I made that first, and then so it was earlier this year. I'm not going to talk about the process of Frogger. I'll talk about the process of those because I don't want to go through the process twice. So earlier this year, it was your birthday, and I was like, I need to make something for Steven's birthday. And then by the time I knew what I wanted to do, I was like, no, this is way too late. I don't have time. And so then I was like, ooh, I know what I'll do. I'll make Matt and Steven thingies for the podcast, which is coming up in May. And I think this was in February. Yeah. And so I went on Amazon. I found some, I think those are 1/2-inch blocks. And which seemed like the right amount of size. I looked up some sprites that would be suitable for, and like I measured it out to make sure they wouldn't be huge. So I wanted to do Pikachu for Matt originally because he loves Pokemon, but that would have been like this. So
yeah.
I was like, and I wanted them to be roughly the same size. So it actually turned out that Link is the exact same height as Kirby. So. And width actually from the like as far as out as he goes, it's the same as Kirby, but obviously Kirby's more full. But yeah, so I actually did Kirby first. What I did was my dad is a painter, so we have like this whole box of color tints at home, and with like all kinds of, I can make any color I want basically. And so I looked at a picture and I made my own graph on graph paper. I made my own Kirby just based off of a picture online of the original sprite. Labeled each block color, of what color it's going to be. And then, so like I started because he's like outlined in black. I started out with it like all the inward blocks, obviously I just paint one face on it. And then like the corner ones, I had 3 faces. For Link, there were some that needed 4 because like the ears, 1, 2, 3, 4. So like, I just looked at it and judged how many. And like, so by the end when they're all dry, I have like the different colors. Like for Kirby, it was like pink, dark pink, black, like all put out together. And then I had this really strong Gorilla Wood glue that I used, which works really well. I've bent that thing and it doesn't break. And so that was the most tedious part. The painting them was kind of fun, but the gluing thing was tedious, like very tedious. Because I took like a swab and I just dabbed it on each side and I put them together like piece by piece. I built it from like the inwards to the outside, and I would just do that while I like watched something in the background. It was pretty fun though. Still, it was just cool to watch it come together. And then so I did that with both of them. I did Kirby first, then I did that like the next week. Then I went to Home Depot and I was looking for those hanging thingies and. Yeah, and so because I wanted it to have something nice to hang on, because the Frogger I had done originally, I did like a makeshift thing. What I did was I took a paper clip and I unbent it, and then I Gorilla glued it, each ends of the paper clip to the back of it, and so it could hang on a nail. And that was super janky.
Such a jerry rig.
Yeah, so I was like, I want this to be a little bit nicer. Yeah. So I went to Home Depot, I asked around, and I found exactly what I wanted, and it actually came with 2, and so I was like, that's perfect. So I had these little nails, and I just nailed them in the back, and they stayed well, and tested them out on my wall, make sure they didn't fall apart. And I was like, awesome. Now I just have to wait like 4 months. And they've literally just been sitting up on my shelf in a bag for a long time. So it took a little while, but I think they turned out well.
Well, it's not on the wall yet because I wanted to handle it and show people, but it will definitely be somewhere back here in frame. So
awesome. I assume Matt will probably want to take his wherever he goes. I'm not sure if he's into hanging up stuff on his walls or not. I assumed he was. I knew you would definitely, but I'm not sure about Matt. But
I don't really like hanging stuff up on the walls that much.
Yeah. See, so if he doesn't like hanging up stuff on his walls, which I think he will, then he can just leave it here. It doesn't really matter.
True. Whatever
he wants to do with it. So that's how I made them. It was fun. Yeah, I definitely couldn't have glued them all together and then painted them. That would have been a nightmare. So yeah, it was several phases, but I really enjoyed doing it, which was like the main thing. I was just like, this is fun. And I kind of I wanted to make a Final Fantasy character for myself, like a few weeks later, like during the time when I was playing Final Fantasy. But man, I looked it up, and with those blocks, it would be like this tall, which kind of, so I was like, eh. I really would have liked to make the fighter for myself, but
I should show you. One of my old roommates made me a perler bead of Sonic's head from Sonic 2.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But if he'd made the whole body, it would have been
exactly. I wish I could make myself like a Sonic, or like, Sonic would just be massive.
Yeah.
But I could do Mario for myself, but that's so typical. Who wants a Mario? But we'll see who knows what you'll get for year 2.
Well, I appreciate it. I think that's really cool. I love arts and crafts that are centered around video games. Mm-hmm. So they're the only arts and crafts worth doing. Oh yeah, true.
No one can see that.
I have some things,
pillows and
in here,
whatnot.
Well, you've answered the question of what you've been doing.
Yes, that's
now.
But I did it a while ago.
You did it a while ago. True.
Yes.
Now the other question.
What have I been?
What you playing?
I want you to guess what I've been playing, Steven. Guess out of all 700 of my games.
I think you've been playing the Mario Brothers games.
Wrong.
Really?
Yeah. I asked because you're never going to be able to guess.
Well, there's over 700.
It's a game called...
Nathan, there's over 700 games on that to choose from. How are you going to get to them all?
By playing one at a time.
You're not
So-
playing along with my commercial voice.
What was supposed to be the answer?
You should be like,
By playing each one at a time.
I don't
Wow.
know. I could play this for hours.
I am playing a game called Ninja Crusaders. Have you heard of it?
No. I know I saw it at some point, though.
It's fun. It's like exactly like, so I don't even know how I stumbled upon it. I was just looking through my collection and I was like, oh, I was like, what's Ninja Crusaders? And I was like, this is cool. Cause like, it's like so simple. It's like the kind of games that I love. Like super linear, no dialogue, no nothing.
A real surprise, fun game, Jackal.
I think I've heard of that before.
You pilot a tank. It's 2 players. If you want to.
Oh,
have
I
someone
played
play alongside
Battle
you.
Tanks.
Well, this is like you're in a tank and you have a primary weapon that shoots forward. You can go in 8 directions, and depending on which direction you're facing, your secondary weapon is either a grenade or a missile because you can get upgrades to it. And you have to save soldiers from bases. But you keep going up. It's from a top-down view, but Jackal is really fun.
So I'm not okay. Ninja Gaiden. I have Ninja Gaiden. What
Gaiden.
is that? How it's pronounced? I figured it was like Armageddon, like a play on words. But
Well, people used to call it Ninja Gaiden, and then they got the correct.
okay, well, Ninja Gaiden. I have 1 and 2. I have 2 and 3. Where's the first?
You've got
one?
all 3 of them.
In my format though, it's Ninja Crusaders, Ninja Gaiden 2, and then Ninja Gaiden 3.
Did you look in the original 30 games?
Oh, is it on that? Oh, that's right. Okay, so yeah, I need to get to that. But right now I'm playing Ninja Crusaders, which probably took a back seat to Ninja Gaiden, but you know, whatever. It's 2-player actually, so I really need to get that second controller. So
Well, you got money now.
yeah, I do. I do. It's super linear. It's like you can't even like go up on the map. It's just left or right. There's different items. There's like a chain hook thingy that you throw.
All those are always fun.
And then there's like throw stars, there's a sword, and then there's a bow staff. The staff and they range in power. I think it seems like the staff and sword have the same amount of like damage, and then like the throw star and the chain thingy are the same as well. And so you can just duck, you can jump, and like the way it works, like jump, like the longer you hold on the button, the higher you go, and like you can do shorter jumps. It's super simple, but it's fun. Like I don't know how many worlds there are, but I think currently I'm on world stages. Sorry, stage. It's like stage blah 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 level blah. You know, I don't know how many there are, but currently I think I'm on stage 5, 1, level 1. And so the way it works is like stage 1, and then like you get past. They're pretty short levels, but like the thing is you can only take 1 hit. So when you get hit, you go back to the very beginning. It can be very frustrating. But it's and I like that it gets harder as it goes. It's definitely been getting a lot harder. There was this one boss battle that was really difficult. So at the end of each stage, there's a boss battle. So level 1, you get through it, and then the second level of that stage, the boss is at the end. And if you lose to the boss, you have to do the whole second level again. So yeah, it's really simple. It's fun, and I started it and I played like the first like stage, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish it, and it's been going on longer than I thought it would. So
Really?
yeah, I think after this though, I'm gonna do Legend of Zelda. I said that was probably what I was gonna do last time, but I just saw Ninja Crusaders and I was
I
like,
thought you were gonna go for Mario.
the first Mario is so frustrating. I tried it so many times. I hate it. I'm gonna have to like look up ways to get extra lives or something because it's so.
There's an
frustrating.
infinite life.
Yeah,
trait
I've
you can
heard
do.
about that. I need to do that. But yeah, so that's what I'm playing, Ninja Crusaders. It's fun though. So yeah. What are you playing, Steven?
I have actually gotten back into playing Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance again.
Oh.
And then I figured out that I'm only about halfway through the game, and I'm like, oh. I've been playing this game for months. I
Is
want
it
to say
that
since
long?
like February.
Or do you just not play it enough?
I haven't been playing it that much.
But
It's-
even when you were, it was still just long?
it is long. It's about the same size as like a regular Kingdom Hearts game. I would say it's twice as long because you have to play through it as Sora and Riku, and you have to keep switching between them. But yeah, I actually started playing that again, so it's a fun game. There have been some frustrating parts of it, but I think I'm actually getting the hang of it now. I would have gotten the hang of it a lot sooner if that was the only thing I was playing, and if I was playing a lot more of it, in bigger chunks. But I think I'm finally getting used to the mechanics. Sounds weird to say that after all this time, but that's how
after
it is.
kind of like last week when we played Resident Evil. You were like, I don't know what the controls are.
How do I bring up the map again? And today wasn't that bad. And I'm also playing Breath of the Wild. The last thing I'm gonna do before I finish up the game is complete the Hyrule Compendium, which is a much larger task than I thought, because I'm trying to take pictures of all the animals first,
including the birds,
including these stinking sparrows. Oh my gosh. Number one, they're hard to find. See, the nice thing about the compendium is once you have taken a picture of something and it gets registered, you can set your scanner, your little radar sonar thing that usually helps you find shrines. You can set it to track any item that you've taken or that you've registered in the compendium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. But if you're looking for these things and you haven't taken a picture of them and you're trying to find them to take a picture of them, good luck. So, yeah, this whole week I've been just trying to take pictures of these sparrows. And they're these tiny little birds on the ground. And I kind of know in general like what area of the game they're in. But tracking them down is super hard because, like I said, they're small. So if there's tall grass around, you're gonna like scare them away. I'm using the Sheikah
Slate
stealth.
Oh,
well, yeah, you have to use that to take the camera or take the picture anyway. But the Sheikah stealth suit is your best bet for hunting and sneaking up on wildlife. So I've been using that. But what's so annoying is that the stupid deer in the game, the stealth suit doesn't work as well on them. They'll hear you a lot sooner than anything else, and they will see you from far off. And of course, if they see you, they just run. And if they run, all the other wildlife around them will run away. So forget taking a picture of a bird. And for some reason, I think you watched, I was trying to get a picture of one of the birds. It was in frame, but the camera wasn't registering what it was. And it was just super annoying, and I just thought they were going to fly away on me.
So how many do you have left?
The birds are done, at least those smaller birds. That was the last one.
Oh, well, that's
the
good.
golden sparrow.
How many more animals do you have, do you know?
I want to say there's 4 pages on the compendium of animals.
Have you gotten a picture of the Lionel?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The monsters are going to be probably easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's not a whole lot of variety with them.
For some reason, there's more variety with birds than there are monsters.
Yeah, with the wildlife and the creatures that
because somehow that's more important.
But I've completed 1 page, and there's 3 pages. So I'm probably about close to being halfway done with the creatures, but hopefully I think I've done the hardest ones with these.
What else is there other than creatures to take pictures of?
Monsters, ingredients. I think certain things you can take pictures of, like a Great Fairy Fountain. You can take a picture of that and track that. So, but I don't regret, choosing to do the compendium, because it I don't know. Every time you do something different in the game, even though you're going to the same locations, you're there for a different reason, and just changes the game up. There's so much stuff to do in this game. It's so crazy.
But you're almost done with all of it.
Well, like I said before, I'm not doing all the Korok seeds.
Oh, yeah.
I might go back and do that later, but
if you just miss it,
not.
Yeah.
And you really don't get anything for it anyway. So yeah, that is what I've been up to.